Welcome back, stargazers. Today, we're going on a journey across the landscapes of the 8 planets in our solar system. What would it be like to stand on the surface of each one? What colors would you see in the sky, and how bright would it be compared to Earth? Let's explore these distant worlds together. Starting with Mercury, imagine standing on a barren, crater-filled surface. There's no atmosphere here, so the sky is pitch black, just like the moon. Even with the sun shining down intensely, almost 3 times brighter than on Earth, the ground remains covered in dust and rocks with no atmosphere to scatter the sunlight. It's a world of extremes, where the horizon is extremely sharp due to the lack of atmospheric interference, and shadows are deep and harsh under the unfiltered sunlight. The view is starkly clear, with distant features visible in sharp relief. On Venus, you'd find yourself surrounded by an oppressive, dim yellow-orange sky, thanks to its thick, toxic atmosphere. The sun is completely obscured by dense clouds, making the surface much darker than Earth, almost like a cloudy day just before a storm, with an eerie orange tint. The landscape is endless plains of jagged, rocky terrain, and the heavy atmosphere would press down on you like being deep underwater. The thick clouds and dense air also make the horizon appear hazy and blurred, with distant objects fading into an indistinct, murky view. Venus's landscape is alien and suffocating, both literally and visually. On Earth, of course, we're used to a vibrant blue sky, thanks to our atmosphere scattering sunlight, with a brightness we're all familiar with. The balance of land, sea, and sky offers a peaceful and diverse landscape, from lush forests to arid deserts. Our planet's sky and terrain are uniquely suited for life. Now, on Mars, the sky would surprise you. It's not red, but a dusty, pinkish-brown color, especially during the day, caused by fine particles of iron oxide in the thin atmosphere. The sun would appear smaller and dimmer than on Earth, about half its size, and the sunlight is weak, casting a pale, muted light over a rusty, rocky landscape. The ground is a mix of rocks, dust, and sand, stretching endlessly in every direction. The horizon is sharp, allowing you to see several kilometers clearly, with distant objects standing out distinctly, though still slightly affected by atmospheric dust. Mars feels like an ancient desert frozen in time, with a sky that mirrors the dusty surface. Jupiter, being a gas giant, doesn't have a solid surface to stand on. If you could somehow float in the upper atmosphere, you'd see thick bands of clouds stretching across the horizon. The sky would be a pale blue color due to sunlight scattering in the upper layers, but much dimmer than on Earth since Jupiter is 5 times farther from the sun. The clouds exhibit a range of colors, with pale beige and pale orange being predominant, but the farther down you go, the sky becomes darker and stormier, and the atmosphere thickens until it's impossible to see anything. Jupiter's landscape, or lack of one, is nothing but a never-ending stormy sky, with the varying colors of the clouds creating a complex and dynamic visual effect. Similar to Jupiter, Saturn's landscape is composed of thick clouds and swirling gas. If you were hovering in its upper atmosphere, the sky would be a soft blue, much dimmer than on Earth, as Saturn is nearly 10 times farther from the sun. The clouds primarily display shades of pale yellow and gold due to the presence of ammonia and other trace gases. The ground, or what would seem like ground, is just endless layers of clouds beneath you, with no visible surface. Adding to the grandeur of the view are Saturn's iconic rings, which would be visible stretching across the sky, adding a striking and serene element to the otherwise tranquil scene. It's a distant, majestic view, far removed from the familiar skies of Earth. Moving to Uranus, the sky would take on a cyan hue due to methane in the atmosphere reflecting sunlight, but it would be dim and distant. The sun is a tiny, faint point of light compared to Earth, so the landscape is bathed in a soft, cold light. The view is smooth and featureless, with thick clouds forming a continuous, undisturbed horizon. With no solid surface, Uranus's landscape is calm, quiet, and eerily serene under the cyan sky. Finally, on Neptune, the sky would appear a deep, rich blue, again due to the methane in the atmosphere. But here, the sun is even dimmer than on Uranus, just a distant, faint star in the sky. The landscape, if you could call it that, is swirling gas and high-speed winds, creating a stormy, active atmosphere. The sky above is dark and intense, a stark contrast to the stillness of Uranus. It's a place of extremes, where the sky and the weather seem to dominate everything. And that's our journey through the landscapes of the planets in the solar system. While many of these worlds don't have solid surfaces, the colors of their skies and the intensity of sunlight vary dramatically from planet to planet. Thanks for joining us, stargazers. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more cosmic explorations. Until next time, keep looking up.